Time now for Hawk Zone, sponsored by Muckleshoot Casino.
The Seahawks have won both of their preseason games, and they have one more left this Saturday against the Packers. Will their good vibes go with them to Green Bay? Well, Terry Holliman is here in the Hawk Zone with me to talk about this. Yes. So this is one of the better off seasons that we've had so far in recent memory.
Yes.
What stood out to you last week against the Cowboys?
Well, again, it has been a very good offseason going back to the draft. They got a lot of guys that they wanted and needed for sure. The OTAs went very well. Fall camp has gone good. Looking back to the Dallas game that they just played this past weekend, a lot of good things. Offensively, I want to start with the running back position, Zach Charbonnet. I've talked to you about him before.
Yes.
Zach Charbonnet is fun to say. So remember that. He's proven to be a very good running back. We have a good running back in the stable already in Kenneth Walker III,
yes,
our #1 RB, but we haven't seen him play this preseason because you keep your starters and stars out to prevent injuries.
Yes.
But Zach Charbonnet, coming out of UCLA, he's proven himself to be a qualified running back to fit in there in the backup role behind Kenneth Walker III. So he looked very good.
That's really good.
Yep. On the other side of the ball, defensively, a guy by the name of Boye Mafe, which is also fun to say. You got to remember that name. He's going to be a star here for the Seahawks. He had a good season last year, but against the Cowboys, he batted 2 balls out of the air you get that out of here. All over their quarterback. He's going to be a very quality player for the Seahawks.
Okay, so anything that we need to work on that you've seen?
Yeah, there's a couple things. Last year, one of the big issues with this team defensively was tackling. They had problems tackling, bringing guys down to the ground. And we saw that again versus Dallas. Their running backs were able to pick up chunks of yards, which is really devastating to a defense. So we're going to have to clean up some things when it comes to the tackling.
Okay. I love talking to you about this because you always get me so excited for the season. And you know that, I'm not a deep football fan.
Yeah.
But I did see something that I took notice, and you want to see it?
What's that?
All right, so here we go. Showing the video. Of course, it was on the InstaWebs. So this is video of Pete Carroll playing quarterback. Look at him go.
Yes, yes.
He was doing this at the VMAC at practice. I mean, the man is 71 years old, still dominating on the field.
Yes, yes. Like you said, he's 71 years old. Getting down. Look at that jog right there. I don't think I could get down like that.
I could not throw a football like that, I'll tell you much.
So here's the thing. Every year I hear about Pete Carroll, they ask me, you think he's going to retire this year? He's 70, he's 71, he's getting old. I think you retire when you're no longer capable of doing the job.
Okay.
When you're no longer able to move around and function, that's when you retire. Look at this guy.
He is capable.
He's capable. I think he's got at least another decade in him.
You know, I agree. And listen, we're not the only ones who agree on this. Let's roll that beautiful tape.
Pete Carroll, the nerve of you to treat your players with such abuse.
What are you doing? These are young men out there. They're fighting for their livelihoods.
I keep hearing about the abuse that you're putting on your defensive secondary, shredding them every day with your passes and your running.
You keep treating them players like that, abusing them, calling them out their name, I'm going to show up and show out. Because you know I'm a player.
You do not want Snoop on your tail.
No, you don't want Snoop, and I really don't think you really want Will Ferrell either.
No, actually, definitely not.
No. See, here's the thing about Pete Carroll. He always brings that energy. He's brought that Hollywood superstar feeling to the team. And I think any young player, you ask, and I know some of the guys that are on the team, they love being in that environment, man. It's fun. It makes it less tedious, and guys enjoy being around it.
And Will Ferrell's been Will Ferrell was on Dan Patrick this week.
Oh, was he?
They're in Dublin, and they were just chatting about it. But Will Ferrell's been a big fan of USC for a long time since he went there.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. So he's been a fan of USC, and he's followed Pete Carroll here to Seattle as well. So it's good to have that kind of energy.
We love it. All right, well, let's take it down a notch. We got to talk injuries. I know there was a big one this week, someone you've been talking about quite a lot.
Yeah, Jackson Smith and Jigba. He went down with a unfortunate wrist injury. This is apparently a fracture that he's going to have to get surgically repaired.
Oh, surgery.
But yes, we saw his incredible speed and talent with his 48-yard catch. Unfortunately, got injured on that catch. So he's going to have surgery. He's going to make it back. Obviously, it's not a career ender. It's not a season ender. But it's just going to be how he manages that pain through the whole recovery process.
Because it's going to be painful. And to keep playing on that?
Yeah, it's going to be painful. But I think Pete Carroll remains hopeful that he might be able to make it back for the first game, but we will definitely see him.
Okay. What do we need to know going into Saturday's game against the Packers?
First thing I think that's going to be different for Seahawks fans is it'll be the first time in 18 seasons that there's been a Green Bay team without Aaron Rodgers at the helm.
I can't believe it.
Yes, Aaron Rodgers, two-time MVP, one of the greatest quarterbacks in history, is no longer with the team. He's in New York. They're going to have a new guy leading the team. Jordan Love is a guy they picked up in the 2020 draft, first-round draft pick, and we're going to see a lot of him this weekend. Unfortunately, he's going to be playing against all of the Seahawks backups and reserves, so we'll see what that's going to look like. I think the Seahawks are going to be okay, even though we don't have a lot of success playing in Green Bay.
Okay, all right, well, we'll see it. We'll see it. Also, you are a very busy man. Literally, as soon as we get done with this broadcast, you are hitting the road.
I am.
You are going to find your scooter.
I'm going to find my scooter over in Eastern Washington with Blitz the Seahawks mascot, for his Kicks for Kids campaign. Every year, he rides his scooter across the entire state to raise money to put shoes on the feet of kids who need it the most.
Love it,
and
yes.
so, yeah, I'm going to go over there and ride the scooter partially back to Seattle, partially to Lumen Field to help him do that.
And you've done this is your second year.
It is my second year, yes. It's a lot of fun. It's a little tedious at times.
Yeah.
But again, it's a great cause, and I couldn't be more excited to go out there and help these guys do it.
Is it scary? I mean, you're not riding along I-90, are you?
No, we're not on the freeway, fortunately. We're back on some of the, paved and gravel roads that the state of Washington, has put together for us.
You have your wits about you.
Have your wits about you and have your glasses about you so you don't get dust.
No.
Blitz likes to kick up dust.
Yeah, I bet he does with those big wings. Hey, listen, we can follow along on the social medias, right?
Yes, Terry Holliman at everything.
At everything. There you have it. All right, thank you, my friend. And listen up, the Muckleshoot Event Center is the place for top-notch entertainment. Don't miss the enthralling musical talent of Mexico's king of the accordion, Ramon Ayala, tomorrow, August 25th. Visit the website on your screen for more ticket info. What a great show that's going to be.